when you're ready, please.
Hi Ange. Despite the scoreline, did you see plenty of positives from your side today?
Look, it's a disappointing result. Whenever you lose a game of football, it's disappointing. Fair play to them; they're a very good side, especially here at home. Even if if everything's going well, it's still a difficult task to come here. To keep my disappointment in terms of the result in context, it's been it's no secret. It's been a very disruptive week for the players. 7 days ago, their world was totally different from what it is today, and you got to understand that. I certainly do, and can't fault the players' kind of endeavour and effort. I thought we hung in there. We never really had control of the game at any point, but we still, I thought, worked really hard in the first half, and it's kind of small seeds towards the end of the first half of us maybe being able to sort of cause them some problems, but the second goal straight after half-time sort of killed the game. They're very good at controlling it from there, and we weren't able to get back in it. So you've got to, you can't accept defeat, and you've got to be disappointed by it. But the context of, what the week's been like, I can't fault the players in terms of, what they were trying to do.
You mentioned it ahead of the game that you've got a very busy schedule coming up. Will you have the time on the training pitch with your players to kind of get over what you want?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, we've only had one training session together. Obviously, International Week made it more challenging. We only really had yesterday together as a group. So even though we've got games, I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing, because there's a lot of the new signings who haven't really got the opportunity yet. Guys like Douglas Luiz and you saw today Dylan Backwar and Calamiendo and Jesus, McAtee, Hutchinson, Jair. Savona's first game. There's a lot of players there who, the beauty of being in Europe, and I guess Carabao Cup Wednesday night is that along with training, we can actually bet in some match principles as well. So I think it's kind of, it's kind of good opportunity in this between now and next international break to sort of, integrate the new players, but also start betting down some of our principles in terms of how we want to play.
Thank you. Next. Yes.
Hi Ange. Can you talk a little bit about how obviously you've had next to no time with the players? So do you just try and push continuity, or can you just talk about how you kind of add your own stuff? There's just no time.
Well, not for this week anyway. Look, I mean, who knows whether it's the right way or the wrong way, but, like I said, the players, they're all away on international duty. The other players had sort of, the whole weekend off. They only got back in on Tuesday. So, what they left, when they left the club to what they inherited was totally different. New face, new voices, new coaching, new training. And I just thought, today I didn't want to make too many changes to the lineup because, I think it would have been unfair both on the existing players but on the new players to be thrown in such a difficult game. But I think we can put a line through that now. I think now we kind of understand that's the week, and that's the first week, and the sort of first phase sort of we can put to bed and now start looking ahead. Like I said, we've got a game Wednesday. We've got 2 sessions before that. That's gold for us. Then we've got another couple of sessions before the next Premier League game. Opportunity to play some players. So, I think whatever's happened this week and, sort of how disruptive it's been, we can put a line through it and start looking ahead.
And what did you make of Elliot Anderson? He's obviously come in with a lot of confidence after his 2 quarters for England. How much are you looking forward to working with him?
Oh, that was brilliant, man. Outstanding. Ability, but, we had to work really hard today. We didn't have a lot of the ball, but every time he was on it, I thought he was unbelievable. Really excited to work with him. He's still a young man, but I've only had literally 48 hours with him, but already I can see he's very, very ambitious, wants to win, wants to be the best. Outstanding, and very excited to be working with him.
How much of a blow was it losing Ola, obviously, as well?
Yeah, again, just added to the disruption. Then you lose Murillo, so it's kind of, it just added to the disruption, I guess, of, we had to make some changes to the sort of lineup that meant, Neko had to play on the right-hand side. Morata had to play as a left full-back, so that was a bit disruptive. But again, all that sort of stuff is kind of, just a moment in time. Looking ahead, we'll obviously have Alex Chenko ready for the next game, and it was great. Young Savannah got some game time today. We'll get some game time to guys like Jair as well, so we'll have some options at the back.
And you said that you did see a few little seeds, I think you said. What were they? What did you see that you wanted to take forward?
Well, I think, the boys sort of hung in there. At no stage I think they sort of, gave up the fight. I thought Dylan Backwell, when he came on, was really exciting, for his first sort of game. Really liked Dan and Doy's sort of ability to cause the opposition problems. The kind of bedrock of the team, guys like Milenkovic and Matty Sells. I thought Nico Williams, again, had a tough job today, but I thought when he went to left-hand side, did a really good job for us. So there's plenty there, and there's no one I'm saying, well, that was disappointing, because like I said, it'd just be unfair on the players, in any walk of life, if you have such a massive disruption and then you're facing such a massive challenge straight away, all I could ask for today was effort and a bit of endeavour. We tried to do a couple of things a little bit differently, and I could see they were trying. And as long as I see that's all I need. That's the encouragement I need. My job is now to give them clarity moving forward so that we can play our football.
Last question.
Check on Murillo.
Yeah, it's a knock. Obviously, got a bit of a knock there, so hoping it's nothing too serious, and hoping to be available for the next week. But I'll just wait on the report. Yeah.
Last one, Paul.
Ange, it's obviously very early days for you. How long do you think it will take before we do see a team that is a reflection of what you want? Are we talking weeks or months? Or?
Oh no, mate! No, it won't be months. It won't be weeks. It'll be Wednesday. I'm not. I can't afford to waste time. This is not a project. This football club had a strong season last year. It needs to be stronger this year. My job is to get us to where I want us as quickly as possible. So, by Wednesday night we start seeing, some real principles being embedded. It won't take long, and I'm not going to let it take long. I'll make sure that we turn it around, because we've got an unbelievable opportunity this year to make an impact, and I'm not going to let that slip.
Thank you very much.
So.
Good afternoon, everyone. Hope everyone's well. If you have a question raised, and we'll come to you. We'll kick off with Sky.
Hi, Mikel.
Hello.
Talk to us about that Zubimendi guy. Is that something you've been teaching him on the training pitch?
Certainly no. Zero credit for that. Incredible. The execution, the timing, the way he connects with the ball, and the way the ball travels in that trajectory. Certainly he's given us a lot of positive things. His presence, his authority on the pitch, the way he connects with the players, and that composure that he's having. If he starts to add assists and goals like this, then it's another dimension of a player.
What did you make of Eze on his full debut for the club?
Yeah, the new ones that they started, fine for them today. Really impressed with them. I think you can sense and feel that there are new relationships flourishing there that are going to give us different things. To become more unpredictable, Noni, I think it was exceptional as well. So we play a front three that we never played before. Good, the exposure of them, it was, in terms of the timings as well, exactly what they needed, because they played a lot of minutes, and overall very happy.
James, ESPN.
Considering the players you had out today, and then obviously losing Martin early on, and then to play like that still, does that sort of show the squad depth that you've worked on all summer to get is actually here and thriving already?
Yeah, because if we would have done that, and as you said, with the injuries that we have, unfortunately, some of them very difficult to control, we would be in a very different place. And we knew that that was the standard. That's the standard of the other teams in the league in Europe, and you can see that. And very happy because he gives us options. He gives us the capacity as well to change game. He gives us the capacity to have freshness in the team. And now we have to make sure that everybody feels connected and important.
Just check on Martin.
Yeah.
Presumably it's a shoulder, is it?
Yeah, very similar. I don't know if it's exactly the same place, but very similar injury. He wasn't comfortable to continue. He's played 2 games with Norway. Unfortunately, he cannot carry on today. So we have to assess him with the doctors and see. But I'm sure he will try his best to be fit for Tuesday.
Jordan, sorry?
Just on Martin, because it's a very similar injury and it happened and he was fine and it's happened again, do you think you may have to go down a similar route to what you did with Kai in terms of just having an operation, getting it sorted? Because it could
With Martin?
Yeah.
No, I don't think that's, well, I'm not the expert, but they weren't concerned at that level at all. I mean, the last time in a few days he was able to manage the pain, especially wasn't that the injury was that bad. I don't know the extent of 2 days, but hopefully no.
And it's quite rare to see Declan not starting for Arsenal, but that is quite nice. Did he need that rest, and do you need to do that more over the next time?
Yes, and as well because Mikel comes after scoring 4 goals in 2 games with a really high emotional state, and I want to use that. When a player is in that moment, I want to play him because he's going to bring something different with the qualities that they have, and Declan comes in and he will have an impact immediately, or will play the next game, and that's what we need to try to manage the best possible way.
Patrick.
Can I just ask how you felt Ethan did in place of Martin? Because obviously throughout pre-season I think he played in that position quite often. So how have you seen him kind of develop in that role over the past few months?
Very good, different qualities, and you can sense, especially in the first half when he got the ball in certain areas, how comfortable he is to carry the ball straight away. The moment he's very close to the box, he's got one thing in his mind, which is the ball and nothing else. And that's great that we have different qualities within the same position. And again, against Leeds, I think it was the same thing. After 20 minutes, we have to get Martin out. He came on and did very well.
And how's Saliba doing? He missed today, obviously, but
Yeah, he trained yesterday and he did the whole session and he was okay. I spoke to him afterwards and he said, I think I need a few more days. The turnaround has been too quick for the extent of the injury. So when a player says that, don't push it. And I think Moscow was very, very good.
Yes, Sam, Daily Mail.
Hi, Mascara again played, as you say, played really well. How hard could he be pushing Saliba and Gabriel this season, or even season to come? Because, as you say,
You just seen today and what he did in Anfield. Very, very hard. He's going to push them. And this kid wants it a lot and is so willing to learn. He's got already some great qualities that fit very well any position that we want to use him in relation to the connections and the qualities of the other defenders. So, they will see.
and with so many defenders now, especially ones that are obviously pushing to start, how do you balance that? Because they obviously all want to play every week, so how do you try and balance
Well, we need 2 players per position. This is football, nothing different. Again, in the other teams, when you see the quality that they have, it's nothing new. It's just perform, be available as much as possible because we're going to need them. And in relation to the opponent, what we want to create, we will use certain players, certain qualities.
Miguel, Independent.
Mikel, you mentioned the high emotional state there for Marino,
Yeah.
but all of the new players, or almost all of them, I felt like had a big moment. How important is that in terms of getting something like that this early, even as if today with the pass after Martin's goal?
That's very positive because as well some of the players that we decided to come off when you see the reception and the connection they build with our supporters already. That's top, that's exactly what you need because that's going to help you. It gives confidence, it gives you more ambition, I think, to do better, and they are all in a good place, I think.
And just on the depth, is that a specific response to what the Champions League is now, that you basically have a parallel league season?
Yeah, and obviously the demands of the amount of players that the players have to play. They have to play 70 or 74 games throughout the season. It's never been done. When the intensity goes that high, they are not going to be able to sustain that. So you need more players. The standards have raised. We need better players, and there's no secret.
Tom, Football London.
Hi, Mikel. You talked before the game about the perception of your side, how they approached the Liverpool game. Obviously, you
talk about that game and this game, two opposite results. Did you see a difference at all in how you approach both games and the intent to win both games?
No, they're the same. Hopefully you were in the preparation for the game in my meetings.
James, CBS.
Mikel, you mentioned Noni earlier. Could you reflect on what it is he's brought to the squad that's a bit different? I mean, it seems like when he gets the ball, he just goes.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of courage, and that's how I describe it. Obviously a lot of quality, but a lot of courage. And we were about to sign him, and still there was that reaction around him. I spoke to him, and he was like, I'll go for it. I can't wait to put that shirt on and play for you guys. I said, wow, let's bring him. If I was convinced before, I'm more convinced now that he's going to do it. And yeah, I think he has such a power, such a capacity to repeat efforts, because to be able to do that physically, you have to have a different specimen, I think. And he's certainly that. But he's very skillful, very unpredictable. He's so willing to learn. And it brings joy, you know. I look at him and he's always smiling, he's always trying things. He gets one wrong, he goes again. And that's what I love about the creative players, because you need that to be successful.
Okay, last couple. Phil from PA first.
Hi, Mikel. So
Hi.
that's 8 goals at home in 2 games, and you only conceded 1 goal in the 4 games so far. Do you think that, obviously you lost to Liverpool, but do you think that Arsenal have already sort of moved on to a new level this year, and what you're seeing, and what sort of message are Arsenal sending out in terms of the title?
That's what we hope, but we need to go game by game. It doesn't matter what we talk about, what we want to do, what we have to do. It's not what we want, we have to now work today, again, review. There's a lot of things that we have to get better at to be able to score even more and be more dominant in certain phases of the game, and go game by game. And I'm prepared to win in Bilbao, which is going to be an incredible. I hope you all go, because it's one of the best places to go, north of Spain. That's where I'm from. So go. I think you're going to enjoy, guys, and an incredible stadium atmosphere to play football.
Okay, finally to Ryan from me.
Mikel, just on some of the new signings, obviously you signed them to make an immediate impact, but did you expect them to sort of settle as quickly as they have, because they have gelled?
Yeah, well, I had no question in terms of what we want, and dressing room and feeling part of that, or the support that we're going to have from our people, no question. But then, yeah, things have to click and go well for you in the first instances. But we have tried to create the right environment for them, and the quality is there. But I'm very glad that so early already you can see that, wow, they're going to add so much value to the team.
Okay, guys, thanks very much.
Yeah, thank you.
Any recommendations for Bilbao?
A lot. You're not going to get it wrong going.